Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the Black Mirror. Let's continue. So, we were stuck in this room and having real trouble just pixel hunting to find this key. So, I imagine I can't just take the key and leave. We found this piece of imprint plastic. So we have to do this with the key. And that's all we can do here, obviously, since the story moved forward automatically.
Are you looking for something in particular?
No, of course not. Well, I've never been to a morgue before. I'm just curious.
You have some odd interests, I can see that. What were we talking about?
I've forgotten completely. It can't have been anything important.
So be it then. I do not have the time to be talking to you constantly. No offense intended.
Oh, it should be me who's apologizing. I won't disturb you any longer. See you, Doctor.
Goodbye, boy.
And this is interesting because it's going to kick us out of this section. And that means the toner. So unless I'm supposed to use the toner with this, like, I still... You can't use the imprint of the key.
The key is now accurately imprinted in the plastic. A perfect copy.
Like, this isn't just gonna work on the garbage container.
I won't get the padlock off without a key.
So they used to, or maybe they still do, use lead weights in fishing. But that certainly would require a lot of pre-existing knowledge on the player to figure that out. But let's see what else we could... That's the only kind of metal I could imagine you would have, and then you could melt it. Maybe. So let's talk to the fisherman and see if maybe he would give me lead weights. Or maybe we have to fix his boat. And 81, it would still be possible that this Vic has some pewter miniatures, not pewter, but lead miniatures that I could melt down. Nope, that's not the case. I'm trying to think about all of the things we've seen in the Black Mirror manor, and I really can't think of anything that would be meltable.
It probably belongs to that fisherman I spoke to.
Maybe we could take something like this knife and chisel it right into the shape of the key on the grinder in the bottom of the castle, in the cellar. That might make sense. So we have the bill of sale, which is one of these pieces of paper. We haven't even looked at it.
Henry's bill of exchange. It wasn't easy to obtain. Finally, I can get that thing that Henry pawned.
So we give it to this guy and we'll see if there's actually anything more I need to do.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'd like to redeem the object we talked about.
Notice I couldn't just drag it to the guy and start the conversation. That's bad programming for a point-and-click adventure
Don't worry.
game.
I have it. Here.
It gets improved. That might be a feature that the script creation utility for Maniac Mansion would help automate, and this probably wasn't built using that engine.
It's £40, sir.
Didn't you say 35 at first?
Oh, you're right. Excuse me, I've made a mistake.
Sure.
I'll go get it for you right away.
Why even bother correct the guy? It seems like money is no object to you. And see if this trinket has an actual gemstone on it, being worth about $100. It seems kind of low. But maybe it's a really small gemstone. Alright.
I picked this part up in the pawn shop.
So this piece, and I don't even think you can, in this piece, combine. And I'm surprised that actually worked.
The parts have clicked into one another.
Let's see if this also works with this, just for a test. Nope. And you can't just ask people about the old photograph, which probably would be helpful. The thing is, we don't really know where this goes. This is just kind of unnecessary. Let's see, I guess maybe we could go to the vicarage and see if there's a way inside the church right now. If we can enter a new area, that might prove to be useful. Man, that was a long walk to get to that point. So if the gravedigger's not digging a grave and you can't get in the church, then there's a decent thought that nothing else will be able to be done. If there was some kind of hole or something that would let us into the crypt.
One of the crypts of our family. I don't even know who's buried in it.
If there was a connection or way in, it would have to be hidden somewhere around here.
The tomb of Jeremy Gordon.
We can look at the gravestone. The candle's burnt out. It seems very strange that you would have a headstone in between entire crypts. Just an odd way of doing things. It's not gonna make the graveyard look very well thought out. Alright. Black back now to the Black Mirror internal and down to the cellar. If we don't find a way to make the key, we're gonna wander around a lot. That's just how it's gonna end up. There's I guess a couple different ways you could try to make a key. You could use it using the grinder over here, or maybe the groom stableman. Like, maybe Bates can make the key for you.
Bates, I would like a word with you.
I'm listening, sir.
So instead we ask him about Henry's letter.
I found a letter in which Henry blames Morris for stealing the wine from our cellars. Did you know anything about it?
Tell the truth, sir. Yes, I have a good clue as to who might be behind it.
Why didn't you say anything?
I didn't want Madam to have to worry about a couple bottles of wine after what just happened. There is so much wine in the cellar, sir. It seemed unlikely that anyone would notice a dozen bottles missing.
Henry has written in his letter that Morris is an ex-prisoner and thief. Is that true?
I do not believe that, sir. Morris is a brute, but he would not hurt anybody. He does what he is told. He does it well, and never causes any trouble.
Well, I'm not really so sure, Bates. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
So because this isn't something I can interact with, that I guess means
I can't see anything special, just clean water.
like, unless I'm supposed to use the imprint on the key on the clean water, which I can't do now. So we have to investigate Morris more instead of investigating the doctor. So we're kind of back to conversations. Yeah, this sucks. I only came in here because I wanted to make a key. That was my only interest, and it seems like at the very least the game is going to force me to move the story along the way it plans for things to go. There's been several keys, by the way, and any one of them could have been retrofit or melted. Let's talk to her. I don't think we need to go in the library.
I'd like to speak with you, Victoria.
I'm not feeling well, Samuel. Please excuse me. I hope Robert will make up for the lack of my company.
All right, I'll come back later.
So she won't talk to you at all. Yeah, unless photo developing toner somehow hardens into a key. I'm confused.
I have no idea what we can speak about. The key is now accurately imprinted in the plastic. A perfect copy.
And there's a fireplace in two places. There's water in one place. I think I'm gonna have to bounce back into the city, talk to the kid, and see if there's some more conversation that can be had. Back to Willow Creek. we'll just go into the pub and see if maybe there's somebody more to talk to.
I have nothing to talk to him about.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be the case everywhere. We've much quicker finished and eliminated all the possible conversation paths.
How can I help you?
We have something
I
new
want to ask about
to ask.
something.
Can you make a key?
Harry, you know everyone around here. Would you happen to know someone who can make a key?
Well, I'm not sure if he's the man for the job, but Mark here has a few skills. Just ask him.
All right. Thanks.
So we're gonna just have Mark do it for us. I guess that makes sense.
I don't want to talk to anyone. So goodbye.
May I talk to you? Now? Come back when we finish the game. May I bother you for a moment?
Well, if you must, but not for long. I've been getting some good hands.
Let's ask him about himself.
I can see you wasted little time spending my money.
It's mine now, and I'll spend it however I want.
I have no problem with that.
Did you have enough time to do what you needed?
Yes, I did. But maybe you could have rung a bit earlier.
What were you doing down there anyway?
That's none of your business, really.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. If you need something again, you know where to look for me.
So it feels like Mark's gonna be our go-to man for slightly illegal actions.
I need someone to make a key for me. Harry said you can do it.
A key's no problem. Give me the original and I'll bring it back with a copy in a little while. And it's for free. I'll just assume it's part of our deal today.
Trouble is, I only have an imprint.
That's going to be a lot harder. I've never tried it with an imprint before. Just give it to me and pick up the result in an hour or so. I'll see what I can do.
Good. Here it is.
So now we have like 3 time frames. We have an hour from now. We have a later in the evening, and we have tomorrow. They seem to really like to mess around with time as if this was a story, but that's not the case. Now, I walked in here, these two are gone, so
What'll it be, sir?
Have you seen
new
Mark around?
conversations.
No, he hasn't shown up yet. He's probably got some work to do. Are you looking for him?
Not really. Just asking.
So
Have you got
clearly the game doesn't want me just to waste an hour.
I don't want any company.
So I've got to go find where he might have gone and what he might be doing.
I have nothing to ask about.
There are several buildings that we don't know who's in the building. So if this was more of a game that had those kind of elements, interactive elements, I would think it's possible the goal would be to follow him and figure out where he lives.
I have no idea what we could talk about.
And talking to the fishermen or fishing for a while is not a way to waste an hour. The only thing I could imagine is maybe go talk to Morris again. but that in itself doesn't make a ton of sense.
10 minutes to 2. It's showing the same time as yesterday. It's broken.
We could go back into the pawn shop. Look at the shop window.
The light is on. The shop must be open.
We'll talk to the guy just to make sure there isn't something more we need to do with Murray. I don't think there is. That wouldn't make any sense.
Can I help you?
No, not really. Thanks.
So we've got to leave. We'll just start back this way.
There's no letter in it.
Like, there's really no reason to go to the greenhouse. So let's go talk to Morris. And then we may just have to talk to Bates and Robert and Victoria. Or at least try to talk to all of them again. Maybe the simple act of leaving the city and coming back. We'll just take a trip this way. There's no indication whatsoever that anything's changed there. And then we'll take a trip this way. And we'll just hope that that moved the story along an hour. And if it didn't, we'll just fast travel. And it didn't. So there's something we need to do. Am I missing something?
I have no idea what we can speak about.
Like this music box.
As though I've heard that melody somewhere before.
We do have a significant amount of things.
Victoria is at the fireplace in the hall.
And this doorway is... Let's just make sure we can't say sleep. We're supposed to burn the jewel box? That wouldn't make much sense. Burn the black sphere? That doesn't make sense.
The parts have clicked into one another.
Maybe there's something in the conservatory that we just haven't seen before. I suppose that's possible. There's been somebody in the it's not the conservatory, the common room at every other point, so maybe there is something in here. I'm not seeing it. So can't talk to Robert, can't talk to Victoria can't talk to Bates. And at this rate, that implies that we may just have to walk around to every area. And sadly, I'm probably just going to spend the next 5 minutes wandering around and need to look at the walkthrough. Let's see if this works with this. Nope. It doesn't. Does this work with this? No. I guess that maybe I can just go talk to the doctor and get the film developed and that. And they've just done some odd storyline pathing here where I needed to get the film developed before I could get the key imprinted, yet any person just naturally playing the game would not be given the opportunity to return the toner. At the very least, that makes sense more than anything else. Let's see. And again, we'll just try to give the toner to the doctor, and we'll see if that works.
I have that toner for you.
It did work this time. So will he now develop the film?
Can you develop my film now?
Why not? But come back later. I have to finish my work before I can do the pictures. What is so important about this film that you have come to me with it?
You will see that for yourself, Doctor. They may be important, but they may be completely useless.
Let's go ahead and talk to him.
To tell him now.
So I give him the toner and come back later. 2 things now I've said come back later. And that seems strange. We're slowly getting rid of things. But I think keeping the knife is part of the storyline idea. Let's walk back to the pub. See if maybe now we have the key. And maybe it is just a back and forth strategy they want us to take.
How about a pipe for Mr. Gordon?
No thanks. Maybe later. Have you seen Mark?
It'd be nice if you could just sit around and
Hasn't he shown up yet?
wait an hour.
He's probably got some work to do. Are you looking for him?
Not really. Just ask him. I have nothing to ask about.
We have William's diary.
When it's raining, the steps are so slippery that one cannot safely descend to the water.
I just don't know. I just don't know where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm really, really lost. Because the game told me to wait for an hour. And there's no way to wait for an hour. And it's not like there's paths that are in between places where I might bump into Mark. So, like, I don't know where to go. It's not Herman's house, clearly. There's nothing, it seems, at the Warm Hill Vicarage. The only thing that I could possibly imagine is that maybe somewhere there's something hidden. But I have no clue where. Or what, even. In what drawer is there some item that would be helpful? I bet there isn't any items. Yeah. I am 100% total lost. Even if I had a full access to the map, the game is just giving me no guidance. And sure, it's real easy to make a 15-hour game if you're gonna just have the player run around and be confused. So, back to the walkthrough I go. This is bad game flow. Bad design. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.